We are back at it again with another home tour, and I gotta say, this is probably one of the coolest yet weirdest homes in Wichita that I've seen. So let's take a tour. It's 906 Glenmoor. I almost said Glenwood. I keep calling it Glenwood. It's Glenmoor. But let's go tour it. To Wichita, Kansas. We're over on the east side, just south of K96 and Kellogg. So first we're gonna start with the outside. It's a little hot outside because it's almost 90 degrees today with almost no wind. It's a weird day. Okay, so you have a nice little garden area. It spells out life. So I'm not sure what was going on there, if that's like positive energy, you put life in there and it's supposed to bring like abundance in your life. I'm not sure. So if someone could tell me why somebody might do that, maybe they just liked it, but that and it's not broken, it's just taken apart water fountain. But yeah, nice little garden area out front. Once it actually stays consistently warm for once, you'll have these bushes grow in. You got this nice, really wide staircase, a little water spigot here, and then also one literally just off the driveway, right there. Yeah, but your water drains off, and it looks like they filled up this little thing. They like cemented it in, so I don't know if it does hold water or what this is for, but they kind of have it angled to fill this up. So if you could also tell me what that is, not sure, but let's go check out the inside of the house. This home has 5 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms, and over 2,700 square feet. It was built in 2006, and so you're gonna see the originality from 2006 because I don't think anybody's touched this. It's only been sold once before today, so this is only the second time this home has gone for sale. And the first time it went for sale, the basement was completely unfinished. But now the basement's finished. I'm guessing the homeowner did it. So we'll check that out in a bit. But here we are, 906 Glenmoor. There is staging in this house. So all the furniture in here is all fake. It's all props. Just make it look cuter. So you have a gas fireplace with a really big space up here that would really be good for a TV if you had an outlet up here. But there's not really an outlet right here. You would have to bring it down here, and then there's one literally just right here behind the couch. Or they have lighting up there that's kind of hard to see, and there's an outlet that goes and it plugs in right here at the very end. So I'm not sure if you can see it from down here, but maybe in the kitchen you'll be able to see it. So here's your living room. It's honestly a really big, decent size. Personally, what I would do, they have this little bar top here leading into the kitchen. What I would do is I would just take this real hardwood floor and extend it just straight from this wall over here. You would lose just literally a sliver of living room, but if I make a line right here, you get an extra couple feet to your kitchen. I would probably also just, like I said, not make it come out for the bar area and just go straight across. Extend your dining room just a little bit. And like I said, you're only losing a couple feet of space from your living room. And with how they have it set up, you can fit a couch in here. You could honestly put a big sectional there, have a coffee table in the middle, and still be able to fit another like table or chairs here. So nice little setup there. You could probably fit, I'm gonna say probably about 5 bar stools if you kind of crammed them in here. To be on the safe side, I would do maybe 3 here and then like maybe 1 there. But the other thing I'll point out from the 2006 is all the wood. I'm a big fan of real natural wood, and I don't really like when people paint over it. I would just restain all these cabinets, sand them down and restain them. Or I guess pay someone to do that because I don't want to spend, I don't know how long it would take redoing every single piece of wood in this house because there is a lot of wood in this house. But personal preference, I would just stain it something a little darker. Sand it down, stain it. But here's your dining room. Like I said, the reason I would extend it is because This isn't a small dining. It isn't really, really small, but I mean, this table of 4, you can maybe squeeze in a 5th chair if you wanted to. But if you wanted like a bigger table, you would probably be better off if you just extended it. Or if you really don't care, just put in a bigger table and then have it be partially on the carpet. It might make it a little wonky, but who cares? This right here would be a really good area to maybe put in like extend countertops, or you could put in like, we'll say like a table and like put it up against the wall and just have extra chairs there and keep it like this. So you have like, we'll say 3 different seating areas. You know, you sit in the corner if you're a kid, and then the adults can sit at the table, and then the teenagers can sit at the bar top up here, you know? That's one way to do it. Or you could also just put in like a coffee bar right here. And this would be where you make your coffee. You got an outlet right down there, right next to your central vacuum. Now, I have not been able to find where the vacuum is, but there's a few other plugins for it throughout the house. So you've got central vacuum in your 2006 home. So let's move on to the kitchen. Again, a lot more wood. You got wood cabinets, more cabinets, the floor, literally all the trim, every door. It's all the same color. It's all plain. I would just restain it myself. So you have lots of room in this kitchen. Let's get on to the good things at least. You have lots of room in this kitchen. I like, I've seen some homes where they have this same type of bar countertop, but the countertop here comes up maybe an extra foot or so. And so you're really limited on space here, but I like how wide and functional this one is. You got lots of room here. You can have someone cutting up vegetables over here, and maybe somebody's just standing here, you know, chit-chatting, and they're not bumping into each other. But lots of room. Again, it is 2006. You do have some older appliances. The dishwasher is that white color that you literally hardly ever see unless it's an old one. Same with the microwave and the oven, but you do have a newer fridge, so that's a plus. Yeah. For the kitchen, you just have a lot more room in here. Another thing I will point out is I've seen homes like this. There's a vent, but it's up against this right here. And instead of it being on the floor, you're not worried about, we'll say, the vent's right here, you're cutting stuff up and something falls into the vent. You have to buy those little vent covers, and it's a pain, and it's just a lot. So having the vents up against the wall is a million times better. Also, another thing I will point out, I know I'm being real negative in this video, but it's just personal preference and just to kind of help you guys out. If you'll notice, the lighting in this house, I would probably not really update anything else other than the lighting and the color of the cabinets, because I'm going to say that a million more times. But you have a yellow light above your kitchen and then a white light above your sink. If you're going to do this, if you're going to have multiple different, you can have different fixtures, we'll say. These ones are the same, just bigger and smaller. But if you have yellow lights in your house, if you replace the bulbs, make all of them yellow. Especially if it's in the same room, make them the same color. I would recommend doing like a soft white, because that normally is what looks best, which I think this one's pretty close. It's also very bright compared to this one. This one I can stare at it and my eyes are fine. If I look at that one, there's now a white circle. But just a little tip out there, if you have lights, match them to be the same color throughout the house and pick a good color. Because if you do yellow, do all yellow. If you do white, do all white. Make sure it's the same white, because there's like, I don't know, 7 different shades of white, I guess. All right, here's your pantry. Nothing too special, just some cabinet space that goes back about 3/4 of my arm. I don't know if that's a good enough measurement, but we'll say it is. And this side is the laundry room, which it's kind of weird that your laundry room, if you're thinking about this, you have to bring your basket of clothes through your kitchen to the laundry room. I would just rearrange a little bit if I could. But you do have a pretty decent sized laundry room. You got your dryer on this side, washer on this side. I would maybe put in like a countertop or some sort of like cart where I could do laundry in here. And I would probably just sit in here and do laundry as long as it wasn't too hot. But Nice little laundry room. You would maybe consider this your mud room, but this is not the door to the garage. It is, but it isn't. Let's check it out. Yeah, so this is, I guess, what would be your mud room. I'd maybe put in like a bench and a mirror in here. I don't really know what else. Maybe you put up a big rack up there to hang up like coats and hats, and this would just be your coat closet, because there is a coat closet, but it's really small, and I would probably maybe use that for like a vacuum to like store it in there. I don't know. Okay, yeah, there's an outlet right here. You'll notice that there's quite a few outlets that are like chest level throughout the house and not like down on the floor. But yeah, that is the only outlet you have in here. So maybe this could be where your vacuum, like if you got one of those, like we'll say portable ones that it doesn't have to be plugged into the wall, but you got to charge it. Dyson, plug it in over here. This is its home. I don't know, whatever fits you best. Now let's actually get into the garage. It is a 3-car garage. So you have the landing with the same flooring in there. Then you got some nice little steep stairs into your very echoey garage. I guess you probably already saw it, but there's a window that leads into your garage. I don't know. I think it's kind of cool that it's like a separate section, but I don't really know how to feel about it functionality wise since I don't live with it. But we'll point out some of the storage areas in your garage, because this home honestly doesn't have a lot of places to store stuff besides the garage. So they built, I'm guessing they added on this little mud room above this, and then you have this storage area underneath. I don't know what I would put in here, because I don't think I would really want to, like crouch down and climb in there to try to grab stuff out or put stuff in. We'll just leave that up to Blake, let him do that. But you do have more storage above the garage, which is a good place. Or you could store your kiddie pool against the wall too. Whatever floats your boat. Now, the other thing that I would do if I had this garage, there is an outlet over here, but what I would probably do is maybe put a door. This house also doesn't have a fence. There's no fence around it, but the house comes up to here and then it goes straight back. So there's kind of, if you walk around the sidewalk, it comes out, goes in, and it goes back out straight. But maybe putting a door in here so you can go out to your backyard. If you put a gate in, that would be nice, so you don't have to go, we'll say, all the way through the kitchen, because that's your only door to the backyard, is the one through the kitchen. And let's actually go check that out real quick so you can see what this home looks like, because it is on a corner lot with a really big front yard. But then you also have the backyard that's also open. So you just kind of have to see it in person to believe it, or I don't even know how you say it, but you have this deck. It's not covered, which I know I like my covered deck. If I have a deck, I want it covered. They also have a little door on here, which is nice, so people aren't, I guess, coming up the stairs and coming in through your back door since they don't have a gate. But again, you could always put a gate in. I also think your property line only goes just past those trees. So if you're mowing in the summer, maybe just a couple feet past the trees is your property line. There's not really anything defining it. But if you look at everybody else's backyards, it's kind of that same tree line. And also, you don't have neighbors besides that one right there behind my cameraman and then the ones across the street here. Because you have this entire corner. It's like a double corner lot. I mean, can't get any better than that. But yeah, no fence, nice big backyard that leads around to your front. So let's go check out the best part of the house, of course, the bedrooms. Again, we have 5 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms. We're gonna do, there's 3 upstairs, 3 bedrooms upstairs. We're gonna check out the bathroom first. Here's that little coat closet I was talking about. And again, like I said, it's a tiny little coat closet. I mean, I don't know what I would put in here. Probably not coats. Unless it's like a winter coat that I literally never use. I'd probably put my more daily use jackets and coats in the mudroom, and then just have that one for bigger, we'll say, winter coats. Here's our first bathroom. Now, I will say this is probably the most normal room of the house. Again, like I said, this house is a little weird. So, again, with all that unstained, same color wood. You have your tub shower combo with some etched glass. It's really hard to see on camera, but there is like a little vine detail, which is just cute, a little cutesy. And then this is cute too. It'd be better as like a hand towel bar, because I feel like this is really like small. I feel like I would break it if I moved it too hard. But you also don't have a towel bar. It looks like there used to be one, but it is not there anymore. But I would use that as like a hand towel. And then also, this is pretty cool. This is for your fan. So you can set a 30-minute, 15-minute, 10-minute timer, 5-minute timer. So that's cool. You got a fan that you can set a timer on. Let's go check out our 2 bedrooms over here before we get to the master bedroom, because the master bedroom is pretty cool. Now, these are just kind of more average, plain Jane rooms. Especially this one. This one's literally just a square box. You can fit a queen size bed in here, some side tables if you wanted. You got your double door closets with the same plain Jane wood. But, I mean, there you go. There's your closet. Let's go check out the other bedroom real quick. I will point out you do have your like linen storage here, which this goes back pretty far. I mean, as a kid, I know that would be my go-to hiding spot, because I would curl up in a ball and hide somewhere where no one would believe it. And if this was the towel linen closet, I would put a couple towels so no one could find me. Just ask my cousin, he knows. They could never find me in hide and seek. That was just the perk of being one of the older cousins. All right, now here's your second bedroom. The thing about this one that makes it a little bit different than the other one is just this wall right here. Just has a little slight angle, just a very slight one. And I guess it's just to make the hallway wider, because I mean, it comes down into your little linen closet here, and then it just kind of angles out for the hallway. But there's your second bedroom. Let's go check out our master bedroom. Like I said, this is probably my favorite room of the house. Master bedroom. I feel like there's another name for this, but I'm just going to call it vaulted because it goes up, vaulted ceiling. There you go. But you got a nice big tall ceiling here in the master bedroom with this really big window. Now, personally, I would not leave the curtains this. I honestly don't mind like having the sheer curtains just to kind of block out a little bit and still let all the light in. I think that's pretty nice, but I don't know how I feel about pink curtains. I like pink, but I don't know how I feel about pink curtains. And more curtains. These are, I guess, your like backup curtains to actually block out the light, but that's besides the point. You got a really big master bedroom in here. Let's check out the closet. So the closet is also really big. So I'm going to close the door. I'm going to lock you in here, cameraman. No escape. There is a lock. So if you were in here getting changed, you could just lock the door and get in here and get changed. And I don't know, I would maybe put a chair in here. If I really wanted to, I could put like a vanity in here as well. Maybe it's not that big though. Not big enough to fit in like a whole desk and everything, but maybe just a chair. You do have a window here that you can see. It literally goes just to my neck. So I can, I'm waiting on someone to come pick me up. I'm getting changed. Oh, they're here. All right, let me finish getting changed. Because you can just see the first walk up. You can't see the front door. That's the only thing that sucks, is if someone's standing at the front door, you can't really like peek around. Unless, I guess, you put a mirror out there, but I don't think you would want a mirror shining into your closet. But pretty decent sized closet. You got the storage racks all behind here. Then you got some shelves in here. So maybe this is where you put like your shoes, and then you hang up all your clothes over here. I'd hang my dresses here because this is the tallest rack. And then maybe just have like my jewelry stands here. Jewelry box, jewelry stand. There's your master closet. Now let's go check out the master bedroom. Or not the bedroom, the bathroom. There we go. So again, with this home being a little funky, you got your shower there, but your towel bar is here. I don't know exactly why. Maybe it was just they put up a curtain for like when someone was using the toilet. Maybe she's getting ready, putting her makeup on, and she's like, I don't want to look at you when you're sitting on the toilet. I don't know. But it's built in, comes with the house. So there you go. You got your double sinks here with a nice big mirror. You have a tub. It's not jetted. Jetted tubs are always fun, but it's not jetted. You got this big window over here. I'm not sure if this is like a film. I think it might be. It could just be the window though. But you got a nice window that is not see-through, just sheer. But you do have a nice little shower in here. That's nice when the tub and shower are separate because it's easier to say than tower. There we go. Shower tub combo. But you have a little seat in here, so this is nice. You can kind of have a seat. You got a couple little shelves for your soap, conditioner, whatever. And it's not one of those square ones where you lose all this. So I would probably put a different head on the shower though, because it's really small. It could be a great one, but personally I'd probably just put one of those bigger ones on there because, you know, makes it a little better. All right, well, that's it for the tour of the upstairs. Let's go ahead and make our way downstairs. But again, I didn't point it out, but the carpet, it's from 2006. It's tan, just like the wood in the house, it's tan. You do have carpet that leads all the way over here though, so you can put stuff up here and, I don't know, store stuff. For personally me, I probably wouldn't store anything on there. Again, like I said, this basement was finished after they bought the house. So we have a nice little paint change here. Hey, they got a straight line. I'll give them props for that. It is a really straight line. But the downstairs has been redone. Again, this is a little safe room. So you got concrete walls all around. This door doesn't lock. It doesn't. I thought it did, but it doesn't. It's just a little storm safe room. So I don't know if there's a tornado, you can come in here. Or Blake had a really great idea. Change this out, maybe put a deadbolt on there and have it lock from the outside. Or you could lock it from the inside and then have a key to unlock it from the outside and make it like a safe, we're gonna say safe room, but like a safe where you like store your guns, your money, your cash, whatever you keep in a safe. This is literally just a safe room. There you go. Simple, plain. Another couple things I'll point out is the lighting in here. So all the lights downstairs are the same color. These ones are pretty cool looking. I kind of like the glass. It's like a glass table, but just really tiny. They don't give off a lot of light though. So that's a downside, not size. You do have, like I said, more lighting throughout the house. You have a view out basement. So when these windows are open, you're getting lots of natural light in here. And I don't know if you're picking it up on the microphone, but it's very echoey in here because there's nothing to absorb the sound. It's all tile because, I don't know, maybe they just really like tile. And it's pretty much throughout the entire basement. It's in the safe area. It's in the family room because, I mean, this is a huge family room. You got like so much room in here. I don't even know what I would do with the place. I could live my whole life in just this family area. It's that big, to me at least. But this is a perfect example. I'm not sure if this stays with the house or not, but this is a really good example of how much room you have. This is a huge entertainment center with lots of storage. It's not the biggest TV, but it's a pretty big TV. and there's room for it. So you can kind of gauge how big this place is by the TV stand, entertainment center. Let's take a quick second and stop into our unfinished area. And like I said, there's not much storage in this house. It's kind of really limited. So this is your unfinished area. Somebody did take their time, and I think this is really good. They labeled each and every one. So rather than trying to figure out which is which, like, oh, let's turn this one on, let's turn this one off, and hope we get the right one. No, they have it labeled. So that's nice. It's labeled, and we'll just hope they labeled it right. You got a little more storage under your stairs. Again, there's not a lot of storage space in the house, but that's fine. You got your furnace, your water heater, and then this is really your only other storage is this. You got your sump pump there with the pole that goes through the shelves. I don't know. I mean, they did a good job without bumping into it, but you can maybe put a couple tubs up there. Again, there's just not a lot of storage in this house, and nothing against the house, but I mean, don't you want somewhere to store like your Christmas decorations, holiday stuff that only comes out maybe once a year? I mean, that's the only really downside, I would say, of actually living in the home. Because, I mean, everything else I've talked about, well, that I said is not great or whatever, it's all like cosmetic stuff that you could change. You could change out the carpet, you could change the flooring, you can change the wood, you can change all that stuff. The unfinished area, though, is kind of set as is, and there's not much else you could do. But let's finish our tour. This is our third and final bathroom. Now, this one looks normal like the other one, but it's not. This one doesn't have the glass sliding door, but I'm gonna have you come on in here. Let's get close in here. Close the door. This looks like a normal little vanity, okay? But I was looking at it, I was like, oh, there's a drawer down here. Because like I've seen them where they have like a drawer, maybe here, or some of them even have them down the side. And so I was like, oh, cool. They got a drawer, it's got separated by this little thing. But there is a cutout for the plumbing, which is fitted with the same little, forget the word. I don't know, but you know what it is. It's this. I'm blanking right now. But they cut it out so it doesn't bump into that. So, I mean, you lose a little bit of storage, but, I mean, it'd be nice to have a drawer there. Maybe you just store your extra towels for your towel bar there. And then, again, let's sneak our way in here. There's your plumbing. They put in drawers, like I said. Some of them have drawers, but they just decide to hide their drawers behind. So you got two little drawers that you gotta, and I mean, now that I think about this, I don't think you can open this unless the door is closed. Because thinking about space, okay, that only opens that much. So you can only open it that much if the door is open. So the door has to be closed for you to be able to get into there. Again, looks like a normal bathroom, but it's just a little wonky, we'll say. It's not bad. It's not bad. Not at all. Okay, this is our fourth bedroom. Fourth bedroom. Again, it's echoey because there's nothing in here. There's no carpet to bounce the noise off. So, kind of same thing. You got your flooring, but the window well is pink. And it's not really visible on camera, but with the way that the light's reflecting on it when you first walk in the room, it almost has like a pink hue in the room. So that's neat, we'll say. I guess these people just really liked pink. They painted their window wells pink. Their curtains are pink. Hey, I can't blame them. The other thing about this, I don't know if you would call this a walk-in closet. There's not a door on it, and there's no light in it. But, I mean, you do have some shelves. It kind of looks like just plywood for part of them. And you have one rack to hang things. I mean, I probably wouldn't call this a walk-in. If it had maybe kicked out just a little bit more, maybe I would. But it's just, for the size of the room compared to the closet, it just kind of doesn't fit together. Now, the other room does, though. So let's go check out, this is our final room of the house, the fifth and final bedroom. Also, sorry, I'm gonna pause you right here. Our unfinished area is on the other side. And when I was a kid, I used to play in my grandpa's unfinished area, and you could see out into the downstairs family area. And so what I would do is I would crouch down and like peek through and like make noises and scare my little cousins. I was a menace, we'll say, to those children. But here's our fifth and final bedroom. We do have a lot of natural light in here. It's reflecting a lot off of the floor. because you do have, it's not white, it's kind of a light gray. I can't even tell if it's got a bluish tint to it, but the sun's coming down. This side of the house faces west, so you got that sunlight coming in. Again, the pink window wells. This room doesn't give off the pink hue though, with the light reflecting off it. And I don't know if it's just where the pink is and where the light reflects off of it in the window well that changes it in the room, but this room's also really big. I mean, I work from home. This would be a great office area. Like I said, lots of natural light. If you want, maybe put in one of those like window films that just kind of deflects the light, or one I used to have was like a rainbow one where it had like a pattern in it, and you just put that over the window. And it makes it so you can kind of see out, but it still blocks people from seeing in. But that's just something you could do to kind of block out the light. Now, this is the closet that I was saying fits this room very well, because that's a big room and this is a big closet. This one is a walk-in closet. It could use a little bit of touch-ups because we are missing a bar here, and the shelf is hanging on by a few screws, just a few. You got some shelves in here, some more place to hang your stuff. And then you have this light. I would think I would put a light here, but they put like one of those outdoor lights just right there. And then the light switch is barely hidden by the door. Like you can, if the door is open, you can turn the light on. There's also not a door stopper, so you gotta be careful not to slam it. I guess the handle doesn't run into the wall. It's just the bottom down there. But there you go. This is, like I said, it's kind of a wonky house. It's pretty cool because it's different, but it's just a little bit wonky, you know? But I mean, there's nothing else I could really say about this house. I mean, I've kind of showed you everything already. It's really cool. Again, really weird. I told you things I would change about it, so maybe let me know in the comments below what you would change about this home if you bought it. It's listed for $355,000, 5 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms, over 2,700 square feet. We're doing an open house this Sunday. Today's the 19th, 22nd. March 22nd, there you go. March 22nd, 2 to 4 p.m. We're doing an open house. If you're seeing this video after that, no worries. Just go ahead and give me a call or a text and we can schedule a private viewing and you can come take a look at it. Thanks for watching. As always, have a wonderful day, everybody.